All right, chat. We will leave the, will we? Maybe we won't leave the drills with just those ones. Oh, we can take balls to the face. Well, you couldn't miss out on this. You know. Nobody could miss out on balls to the face, right? So, Crash, don't worry. We'll win with the Colts eventually. I promise. I promise. It just might take about as long as it's going to take them in real life to actually accomplish something. Balls to the face, balls to the face. Balls to the face. Oh, yeah, we're taking balls to the face. Taking them balls right to the chops. Balls to the face. Balls to the face, yeah. Balls to the face, balls to the face, and taking balls to the face. Balls to the face, yeah. Balls to the face, yeah. Balls to the face, balls to the face. Balls to the face, yeah. Taking them balls. Oh, we're taking them balls. Taking them balls to the face, yeah. Here we go. What was causing the autofail? Our quarterback was too tall. That's what was causing the autofail. The quarterback was too tall. So his foot would hit the edge, and he would immediately fail. Trench battle. We got a couple of guys here at the bottom. Good night, buddy. Manual good. Let's give it a shot, I guess. No donos. Good night, buddy. No Stampeders wins. Good night, buddy. Yeah, look at him. Look, he's cruising. He's just cruising. You can't keep up with him. He is speed. Like how he just gets into a slap fight at the end. All right. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, no. Spadina. Fuck. What? Loaf, I'm pretty sure that means you have to change jobs now. Hep. 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 Come on, Johnny, be good. Get out of there. Yeah. Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yeah. There we go. All right. I'm pretty sure by the laws of the Geneva Convention, you need to find a new job now. There's no coming back from that. Help! Naming streets in Toronto? Yeah, why not? You know, thinking about all that blue and white success that we're having here. There we go. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, that's not my fault. The Stampeders suck. Okay. Ah, God, no. Help! It's a gaggle of white dudes. That's dangerous. There we go. Whew. All right. Give us a dev pattern increase, please. Why not? Dev pattern increase for the first time? No. God, it's so rare. I'm not doing the defensive battles or any of that shit. We will do chase and tackle, though, for one of our linebackers. Or will we? We should. The only reason I wouldn't is pure laziness. Pure laziness wins. All right. Let us reorganize our depth chart here. Actually, before we even do that, we need to take a look at a couple of things. First and foremost, shout out to 37 overall Peter Boren. Up to 60 throw power, 73 short accuracy. I mean, he's getting better. He's getting there. He's got a noodle arm, but he's going to get there. Don't worry about it. Don't you worry about it. Do we have anybody to worry about there? Defensively, Trey Aiken's still best there. Oakman's still fine there. Hall and Good are still perfect there. If we do keep Donald Schneider, we would want him as a defensive end because of the lack of high-end speed. I would think, and he wasn't a player that we overly care about, I should say. Linebacker's fine. Right side's fine. Corners, I imagine we're going to be fine. We did find Thomas, but not too worried about him. We should be okay. All right, now let's go take a look at the depth chart. Again, obviously, Boren is the guy. The running back that we care about is Howard. Fullback, of course, still going to be Zach Colbert. Highest rated dudes in there, that's fine. Wideouts, every single one of them have at least star dev. This guy's got 95 speed, Jesus. So that is good as it is. Tight end wise, we wanted Minor as the second choice. Left tackle, we want Mims as the starter. Left guard, Wilcox. Left end needs to be Aiken. Right end, it needs to be Oakman. Defensive tackle, Hall and Good. Linebacker, Coles and Charles. Middle linebacker is Newton and Austin. Graham there. Carter, Kidd, Forney, and Burks. Kid showing up as an 81. And then Thomas as the backup safety on both sides. Looking good. Still got a long way to go to be competitive, but we are up to a 69 overall, which is, in fact, incredibly nice. And again, now one short of the extra focus player. Peter Boren, obviously, gets a spot. Sammy Minor gets a spot. Anton Charles. Matt Coles. And last but not least, Chris Hall. There we go. Trying to get some of these lower overall players to be just a little bit more usable. A little bit. I won't bother upgrading anybody until we have finalized the roster. Sideline conversation. Player meeting. What do we got? I'm willing to engage with this one at least. My personality can cause problems sometimes. Jamal, you're fine. You just hate the cold. You just hate the cold. I know I'm intense. Well, no, the tents are over there. I want you to be more of a leader. Are you willing to change now? Because you wouldn't last year. I feel like I trust you enough to take your advice. What changed in the off season? In the off season, you're like, nah, coach, fuck you. You're fucking weird. I don't respect you, Booker, man. All right, let's get that final upgrade. After school tutoring. There we go. All right. Very nice. Very, very nice. That'll give us those 6 extra spots. And then we go to the weekly strats. And instead of Keenan, let's get Emmanuel Good in there. There we go, our 6 spots. I don't think the Boren... Is the Boren situation going to work out for us? Is the Boren situation going to work? Again, not worried about the coordinator, not worried about the press conference. We lost 20-13 to Nolans last week. What's going to happen this time? 41-17 loss in the preseason. That is how you know that we're good at football. And by good at football, I mean good at losing football games. That's atrocious. Final preseason game against the Burrs. Got to cut 16 players. I think, again, we're going to want a corner to be our mentor this year. It's going to be James Bradbury as our defensive mentor, because we already have Kirk Cousins as the offensive mentor. I feel like that's still the best situation for us. Let's see what we have. Quarterbacks this year. Of course, Boren, Sherrills, and Cousins. Wide out, we're fine. Tight end, we're good. Left tackle, I mean, it can literally just be whoever. I mean, we want Mims to be the starter. Let's just get rid of these top three. I mean, there's not going to be any breakouts or anything like that. And I'm not going to bother moving people around anymore because the overalls on the O-line, at least, do fluctuate a bit too much. So that'll be the situation there. Left guard, we know Wilcox needs to be the starter. We can at least keep the 67. Let's get rid of Sean Betts. Clark Jackson. And Tyree Norwood. Center just needs to be the highest rated dudes possible. So say goodbye to Alex Ross and John Martinez. Right guard, just the highest rated dude. So I'll actually get rid of Lucas Harris just because he's a bit older. Sorry, Lucas. And then right tackles are good. Defensive end, Aiken, Boone, and Callahan. Right side, of course, we care about Oakman. So Donald Schneider might be able to break out, but I'm going to move on to the practice squad for him at least. We'll get rid of Ryan Clement. Defensive tackle, as good as it's going to be. Left side linebackers, of course, Cole or Charles. Donovan Keenan's really not that bad, but it would be dependent on him getting a breakout moment, which, again, we're aiming for someone that's already star dev to go superstar because they'll be that much better. Let's move on from Carlos Reese here. Middle linebacker, Newton, Austin, Moore. So we'll get rid of Ambrose. And we'll move on from Calvin Jacobs. Skill point be damned. Sorry, Calvin. Right side is Graham and Hawkins. That works. Corners, Kidd, Carter, Forney, Burks, Vasher, Woodson. Rashad Burks did have a star. Damn. I'll double check corners in a minute. Safeties, Terrence Warfield. Get you to the practice squad. That's looking fine. How many players do I have to cut? 1. So it does have to be one of those corners, one of those younger corners. This guy's got better awareness. We'll take Julian Vasher. Practice squad. Okay. There we go. Before we get to upgrades, let's double check what the schemes are going to be for this year. One more refresh. Again, running back, we want Howard as our number 1. Fullback doesn't matter. Wide out is good to go as it is. Put this guy higher because his speed rating is nuts. Minor as the second choice. Mims and Wilcox as starters. Got Aiken, Oakman, Hall, and Good. Cole and Charles. Honestly, Charles, given that he has star dev, he should be ahead of Cole's just because of Cole's age. Newton and Austin. Graham, and then let's also put Cole's back there. Corners, Carter, Kidd, Forney, and Burks. And Ginn. Thomas is the backup. Money, and Thomas is the backup. Our return man this year will definitely still be Keelan Howard. We'll get Pierman behind him. Kickoffs, we'll go with Overton, a little bit more power. Long snapper's good. Third down back. Power back, all that's good. Slot receiver, we'll just go off of ratings. And then, honestly, same thing here. Just go off of ratings. And see what we're left with. Was Oakman the best player? Aiken was actually better on the left. Interesting. NCAA doesn't have the difference in the ratings depending on the side. Interesting difference between the games. Sub linebacker, just whoever the best option is overall. And then same at corner. Carter or Forney? Carter. Okay, we're good. One side favors power, the other speed. Indeed. You know what? We won't even do the upgrades yet either because we're going to have to make another change. But in terms of the schemes, 70 is about the highest we can get anyway. And then an 86, a 4-3 or a 3-4. Which kind of doesn't matter. You know what? Fuck it. Switch to the Dallas playbooks, you know? I went the wrong way. Time to switch to those Dallas playbooks, baby. Honestly, I want a defensive playbook that has, 4-3 and 3-4. We'll go with that Patriots defensive scheme because, I mean, we have the versatility on defense, allegedly. Allegedly, in fairness. All right, our goal for the season. Chat, you won't believe it. 4 wins. That is the goal again. Draft class-wise, obviously, again, nothing for us to focus on because we can't draft anybody. Media interview on the practice sideline, we're avoiding that. That's how we'll end up with, like, hey, have your punter throw 35 touchdowns. No thanks. I don't want to put pressure on the lad. So 37 overall. Have we had 2 wins yet? Yes? No? Yes? I don't remember. All right. Let's see all these upgrades we have from the preseason. 5 points for Peter Boren. Let's go, Pete. Can I finally put points on improviser? No. Son of a bitch. All right, 38 overall for Peter Boren. Can I finally put points on improviser? No. 39 overall for Peter Boren. Can I put points on improviser? Yes! All right, we have finally hit the improviser threshold. Let's go. Nope, can't do it that time, though. Strong arm. We can only do it once. Can I do it this time? Nope. Strong arm. 44 overall, Boren. He's learning, chat. He's learning. He's getting better. The 136th ranked quarterbacks. That puts him in the top 99% of quarterbacks. You don't say. He's getting there. He's getting there. Jamal Maynard. Up to a 79 now for Jamal, our number 1 wideout. And actually, he's got 1 more point, make it an even 80. Dev trait regression's not on, because otherwise this challenge becomes a fucking nightmare. He also got persistent, which doesn't make sense, because he can't go in the zone anyway. So we will spin between a 1 and a 4. Correlated between those, because return man also doesn't make sense. Pick a number between 1 and 4, and we ended up on 2. So that'll be spin cycle for Jamal Maynard. Our backup quarterback, Tavon Sherrills. You do have to wonder, if we left him as the starter, may he get a breakout moment to go superstar? But we'll never know because he will continue to be the backup because we are going with the meme. Keelan Howard at running back. Continue to make him as well-rounded as possible. So he is a decent-looking player at this stage. Still the only running back we've seen so far, which is a little bit surprising. Alani Mims, the new offensive lineman. 66. 66 it is. Fair enough. Let's see. Emmanuel Good, another new addition. Now a 64. Shout out to Derry. Derry, how you been? Thank you for the 34.
Jeez.
Been a little bit.
Highly unnecessary.
Hope you've been all right.
Patriots jacket, and of course he's been asked to leave the ball game for ruining a good piece of pizza.
Juan Kidd. Now a legitimate 80 overall for Juan Kidd. Some of those OGs starting to look pretty damn good. Connor Money. Up to a 78. Playing like a 79. 23-year-old former Maryland Terp. Kicker Johnny Flanagan. Still a 76. Former UNC Tar Heel. Clyde Kindley. Back to being a scheme fit. There you go, Clyde. Superstar dev tight end. Love him. CWP as well. Watched for 7 years, but only started handing you money a bit ago. Where's the rest of it? Thank you for the 4 months. The 4 months. CWP. Thank you. And in advance as well. Thank you for that. Appreciate you. 7 years. How are you still here? Why are you still here? Ugh. 7 years. I don't even like to think that I've been doing this for this long. It's weird. I was just a young man. I'm an old, married, woke liberal cuck. Keontae Ginn. 72. Not bad. Not bad. +3 zone. Connor Overton, punter. Make you a little bit more accurate. He's up to a 72. He's like, wait a minute. The other punter gets to be the quarterback. Why am I still a punter? He's got a point. B.J. Austin, up to a 69. I have it on auto renew, so I'll probably forget for a few decades. Please don't do that. Please don't. Kirk Cousins. We're not going to worry about you. We will worry about Chris Hall, though. 144th ranked quarterback, by the way. I don't think he'll be the lowest overall quarterback in the league right now, do you? That doesn't seem right. Matty Coles, you are still fucking dreadful. God, you're dreadful. You were a little bit better outside of linebacker, but I mean, that's still the best spot for you. And Sammy Minor gets a little bit better. We're getting there. And of course, now that I can put points on actual XP development, I mean, we will see even more experience points over the next couple of years. So week number 1, of course, no breakout to start this year. It's the 68 overall Colts against the 81 overall Houston Texans. And you'll be shocked to know we lost 27-6. Sounds about right. Let's see. Training camp was successful, I imagine. We could actually put Curtis Franklin. Trying to get Franklin trained up a little bit. Next franchise might need to be all punter. No. No, sir. Absolutely not. Trey Aiken, up to a 75. Of course, he had a big year for us last year. Be the first team to draft a punter first overall. With the first pick, I select a punter. With my second round pick, I select a punter. With my third pick, you're not gonna fucking believe this. We're taking a punter. Let's see, Eddie Wilcox. Way to go, Edward. Up to a 69 overall for Ed. Peter Boren has another point. Let's go, Big Pete. Improviser? Yeah. There you go, Pete. Pete. Would almost be possible in CFB. I mean, we'd have to, like, max out into nothing but the motivator tab. That's the only way. And even then, I don't know. I don't know if that would be possible. Might be a dumb experiment to do, but I can't imagine that having any sort of success rate. We draw the Bills in week number 2. And we lose 44-10. Not great. We do get time, though, to renegotiate with some new people. Including Rashad Burks. Anybody that has Star Dev, and Rashad Burks is back. Wideout Floyd Neighbors. Oh, anytime we score a touchdown, I'm happy. Floyd Neighbors also coming back. Eric McCollum. Is also back. So far, so good. Alani Mims on the O-line. Alani is also back. So far, so good. Curtis Franklin. What do you got for us, Kurt? Wants more money. Dan Thomas. Safety. Also holding out for more money. Emmanuel Good at defensive tackle. He's back. And I don't think we have any other star dev players. I lied. We have Anton Charles at linebacker. About time that guy held out for more money. I was going to be pretty mad. James Bradbury obviously is leaving. Okay, so we only got those other two guys at the top of the board. Not bad. Not too shabby. Not too shabby. Got the Tua and the Titans up next. We don't have the worst defense in the league, by the way. 31st of 32nd. It's not bad. Not bad. All right, what do we got for upgrades this week? Nothing else to worry about. Hoping for a breakout sometime soon, but you never know. Do we see? Yes, we do. Peter Boren. Can't spec into improviser. We'll go strong arm. Dude, he's closing in on a 50. He is closing in on a 50. By age 30, he might be a 70. At which point, we will be cooking. Ooh, an ability slot for Carter. Return man. Stop. Give him recoup. It's the only one he has, but fucking every single one's like, return man. It's like, dude, his return rating is like a 70. Stop it. Keelan Howard. It gets a little bit better. Of course, the morale's already in the toilet. But 3 full motivator coaches to find so many gem punters. I mean, maybe. Just because you have motivator doesn't mean the player is going to take to developing at that spot. We saw that a couple of times. So, could be interesting, though. Harry Graham. Make you a little bit better. There you go, Harry. And last but not least was Sammy Minor. Who's getting that much closer to the 60s. There you go, Samuel. Former Clemson Tiger. All right, we got nothing else to do this week, then. Nothing else. I have to also go into Architect for the skill caps. Yeah. Tennessee in week number 3. They are drastically better, as every team is. We lose 27-9. Still no breakouts. Curtis Franklin. Let's give you more money. Welcome back. And Dan Thomas. Welcome back. Okay, so we don't have to worry about anybody else unless they break out at some point this year. Atlanta. Week number 4, Josh Jacobs and the Falcons. All right. What we got for upgrades this week? Show me another Peter Boren. Yes! Dude, it's like every week he gets at least another skill point. And we can put a little bit on improviser. So he is up to a 48. Dude, the league doesn't know what's about to hit it. Hurricane Peter. It's building up momentum. It's building up momentum. Dylan, what's going on, man? I haven't heard this in a second. Dude, this song's one of my fucking favorite songs ever. Stevie Oakman, the big oak tree, up to a 69 overall. The sacks number, as we're going to go out there and get massacred by Atlanta. We didn't get massacred, only 17-9. I'm going to put more in throw power. I mean, the problem is he needs everything, right? That's why I'm keeping the well-balanced approach to Boren, because literally every attribute needs to be built up over time. He's horrific, but he's ours. He is horrific, but he's ours. Show me another Peter. Peter. Hey, Peter. Not this week. Nate Day. One of the stars of last year. He's up to a 73. Good job, Nate. Keep getting better. Curtis Franklin. One of the random wideouts we got this year. I don't think he'll ever be a star for us, but he can certainly be. Well, he is literally star dev. But he's definitely surpassed on the depth chart. Zach Callahan, rando defensive end that we have. Sweet arm sleeve, brah. And then Anton Charles at linebacker. Trying to make him a little bit better if we can. Bald is beautiful. Beautiful. All right. Can we beat Tampa? Looking for the modern day miracle. We won! Yes! The team that we gave our first overall pick to. And then we beat them. By 1 point. Oh my God. How the hell? Dude, they got an 81 overall with that first overall pick. How did we win? No turnovers on either side. I'm not saying Peter Boren kind of outdueled Bryce Young, but it was very close, which is fucking hilarious. Way to go, Pete. Way to go. How the hell? Sack for Steve Oakman. No picks, of course. Dude, and we missed a field goal, too. We should have won by more than the point. Johnny Flanagan missed a kick. We have won a football game. And it couldn't have been really a more hilarious option than a team to beat than who we actually ended up beating. Amazing. Pete's a confirmed winner. I'm telling you. We are going to win a Super Bowl with Pete Boren. How many 80 overalls do we have? 2? I think Maynard is technically an 80. Connor Money might also technically be an 80, but morale's factoring in. So 2 to 3. 2 to 3. All right. Connor Overton, do we have another upgrade? We sure do. Big Pete. Can we do the improviser this week? No, we can't. Let's do strong arm. He's up to a 49, chat. We're almost into the 50s. Almost into the 50s. Look at that medium accurate. Dude, his medium and short accuracy is actually decent so far. But 62 throw power is a little bit problematic. Just a little bit. Punter Connor Overton is up to a 73. Trade the number 1 pick for a win. I'll take that trade. Lonnie Mims. Check down merchant stats. Hey, we'll take it. Get the talent around him to be able to make the most of those checkdowns. You know? Mikey Leonard, who looks very angry, but has the Mongo finger tapes. Frickin' Mongo. Chris Hall. Now a 64 with his big-ass head. I think we have a couple of people on defense with that same big-ass head. And then Matt Coles up to a 59. I guess he's technically getting better. But not by much. All right, that brings us to Denver. What do we got against the Broncos? We lost 28-6. Not great. No storylines that we care about. Just move on to the next. Will this be the week that Peter Boren hits a 50 overall? Could be. Let's see, I should have gone to manage staff before that. I didn't notice we hit 65 points. All right, so our options. XP for corners, tight ends, or the guards. Which one has... I mean, this is the tree that has quarterback, and that's the most important one to get to. Right now, we don't really have... Well, we do have one guard that we care about. Tight ends and wideouts. Let's go with the tight end route instead of the O-line route. I'm here for it. I'm here for it because I don't think our O-line's ever going to be phenomenal. But if we have high caliber talent in the skill positions, I think we'll be okay. Let's see. Daniel Newton. It's a 75. Way to go, Daniel. Last season's tackle leader in the NFL as he gets under pressure, which is not ideal for a middle linebacker, if we're being honest, but we'll take it because whatever. Clyde. Up to a 74. Closing in on his first ability. And of course, you may have already seen Peter Boren. Number 50. There it is. 50 overall for Peter Boren. Just about 25 to go until he's a little bit more useful. But obviously our game plan now in the coach tree is to max out quarterback experience gained as fast as we can. And then we'll worry about everybody else. And then old Ciante again. Also still looking pretty good. Of course, missed a lot of last year due to injury. All right, nothing else to do this week. Nollins. We lose 27-19. Not a horrible performance. He's too good for the CFL now. Certainly would be an upgrade at quarterback for the Stamps. We're not worried about that. Just going straight to the weekly strat. Sammy Minor did hit a 60 overall. Not bad. Still 10 overall points to go, though, before Boren shows up with a yellow overall meter as opposed to a red. It's gonna be a bit. It's gonna be just a smidge of time. Again, we do still want to continue to do the upgrades at every possibility because you make somebody better. Jamal Maynard's now up to an 81. They might get that extra chance of a breakout moment because they're a higher rating. Otherwise, I just wait every year. Do it all at the end. Making Keelan Howard a little bit better. Sam Wilkerson, a random guard we have. He's actually the second string left guard. Dan Thomas, who is a safety that I like, but got a great number as well, but he's kind of behind on the depth chart now. And then Peter Boren. Up that strong arm, baby. Up that strong arm. +4 play action. Let's go, Pete. He's getting there. He's getting there. The New England Patriots. We lose 35-14 and have nothing to discuss after that. No breakouts, no nothing. Just on to the next. On to the next. 2 more touchdowns. I mean, hey, we're putting up points here and there, you know? Not getting shut out every game. We did win a game, Roberto. We did. We beat Tampa. Peter Boren, another point. It's nearly on a weekly basis. An improviser. He is now a 53 overall. The -4 morale, but he is a 53 overall. Let's go, Pete. Dude, if Pete keeps this up, he might hit a 60 by the end of the year. He might. Connor Schmoney up to a 79. Telling you, like, we're getting those core pieces into place. But these guys are going to be, like, in their 30s by the time we might be able to be competitive. BJ Austin eclipses the 70 overall mark. Way to go, BJ. Ed Wilcox. Up to a 70. Our best lineman. Having X Factor is the only reason why I was willing to do it. Yeah, even if he was superstar, he wouldn't be getting the XP fast enough to make it worth it. That's the only reason why he's not. I probably typically would have moved that punter over to kicker with him having X Factor dev, but the meme was too good to pass up, you know? Anton Charles gets a little bit better. Way to go, Anton. Cold in here. Goddamn. Eventually he might get a milestone. If he does, oh my god, he's going to skyrocket in overall. The Tennessee Titans. We lost 31-7. An offensive coordinator storyline. Not worth it. We are back to a 70 overall, though, which is pretty nice. Training is good. I got some of these guys where I'm starting to wonder if the lower overall dudes are even worth it. Just spec into the best of the best that we have and hope for the best there. I don't know. For Boren, it's obviously worth it, but for the star dev guys, now I'm not entirely sure. Yeah, I just don't feel like they're growing in overall fast enough. All right, anybody that has at least superstar dev, which won't be a ton of you, but anybody that has superstar, let's start prioritizing here. Try to get that overall even higher. Okay, and then obviously, it's like, who else to focus on? Then we'll start going with like the lowest overall dude. I feel like that might work out a little bit better for us long term. Just feels like the star dev, they're still not getting the XP fast enough. So might as well focus on players that can level up faster. It's the Jets in week 11, but before that, Juan Kidd, who is crushing it right now. Leader on defense. Next up was Trey Aiken, who's now a 76 with his big-ass head. Way to go, Trey. D'Angelo Carter, the old man. Looking good. He's now a 76. 26 years old, oldest guy on the team. Eric Forney. Now a 74, closing in on 75, actually. 75 comes after 74, in case you didn't know. Zach Colbert, the fullback. don't know if we'll keep him long term, but he's here for now, and honestly, one of the higher rated guys on the team. Rashard Burks, one of the new corners. Now a 70. I was hoping to get him to a scheme fit. The extra XP. That didn't happen, though. Wow, we got a lot of upgrade points over the last little bit. Steve Oakman, the big oak tree, hits a 70 overall. Way to go, Oakster. Oakster? Backup quarterback Tavon Sherrills, who is just dying for a chance to be the starter, is now a 69 overall. This better pay off with Boren, because otherwise we might have wasted Sherrills. Jamarcus Burton, up to a 65. Not bad. And don't think he'll be a long-term player here either, but you never know. Roberta, I'm pretty sure a rebuilding NBA team could beat this team in football. Pretty sure. You give us the Thunder of a couple of years ago against this team, and man, it's close. All right. Curtis Franklin, ACL sprain, but he's up to a 65. Obviously, Peter Boren, you already knew he was getting a point. First up, though, Chris Hall. Still a 64. Make him a little bit more well-rounded. +2 block shedding is really good. Jeremiah Roberts. Kind of scared this guy keeps improving as a backup, if I'm thinking of the right person. And last but not least, imagine you had gotten the story to bench Peter for a year, right? Who needs it? There we go. Now a 54 overall for Big Pete Boren. Dude, he might hit a 60 by the end of the year. We're in week 11. See what happens against the Jets. We lose 38-14. Still no breakouts. This might be our first season without a breakout. As we draw Brock Purdy and the Stillers. Gone to Super Bowl. Given the lack of breakouts, you know what? Let's just advance. See what happens here. Week 12. We lose 13-6. Still nothing to focus on. Aside from just grinding through this season. Put Rashard Burks in for training, which means there might be an injury. So get Matt Coles in there as the lowest rated dude. Oh, yeah, somebody else was out because Anton's still there. So we definitely have an injury. I'd like to think it would have told me if it was a major injury. Could be wrong, though, knowing this game. Yeah, we won't bother with the upgrades. Got Kakalaki. Week 13. We lose 28-0. Oh, man. All right. Well, that one win might indeed prove to be a fluke. And this might be our first season without a single breakout moment. Which is a little bit of a shame, but hey, no matter what, it is forward progress. Jacksonville, week 14, is a loss, 24-3. Still no breakout moments to look at. Damn. Damn. No breakout moments is rough. It is rough. What do we got here against Houston? A 30-9 loss, but we did have a weekly award winner, which was Trey Aiken with 11 tackles and 2 sacks. I think he's the first player to win a Player of the Week award for us. So congrats to Trey Aiken. We also have an injury that we'll have to look at here in a minute before we get absolutely pumped in this next game, because you know that's coming. Who is the injury to, and how bad is it? Center Josh Gafford with a ruptured disc. I mean, he's a filler guy for us, so I'm not devastated. Not good to see him get hurt, of course. San Fran, week 16, is a loss, 20-14. It was closer, but Yeah, we're not going to have a single breakout moment this year. That is a bummer. That's a bummer. Well, we'll make the best of it. Week 17 against Drake May and the Miami Dolphins. We lose 16-13. It was close. And we wrap up our season against Jacksonville. Obviously, we'll have a lot of upgrade points to put on here at the end of the year. But I don't really think we even had anybody in the running for Rookie of the Year, potentially. Like, we kind of trying to lock down who we have right now. But this next season, I think will be an interesting one for us because we're going to have some older guys now where it's like, cool, they're not going to get a breakout. Let's play a rookie that we might bring in. As we lose to Jacksonville by a field goal, we finished the season at 1-16. Let's look at these upgrade points here for the end of the year. Oh, baby. So 7 for Wilkerson, 4 for Ginn and Boren each. Okay. So Sam Wilkerson must have hit some sort of fucking milestone at some point. I looked right past it. Who knows? Maybe this guy finds a way then to stick around on the O-line. Maybe he does. Yeah, like I said, we got some guys now, like the linebackers, Coles, stuff like that. Like, there's some other rookies that it might make more sense to start those guys as opposed to keeping some of these other dudes around. Like, if we get a defensive end next year, they can probably start over Oakman. Oakman's kind of proven to be a little bit more of a backup. So we're going to have to start thinking about maybe some of those changes to try and get people back into the running for Rookie of the Year and awards like that. Ginn's going to be looking pretty good here. He had a damn good year, given that he didn't, he didn't tear his ACL last year, did he? I forget what the exact injury was. But he is going to be looking pretty damn good. Very good, in fact. So he's 77 overall for Keontae Ginn. But the man of the hour, Big Pete, Peter Boren, is now a 55. Make it a 56. Can't do improviser. 57. Just won't hit 60, will he? No, but 58 overall for Peter Boren after 2 years as a starter. He's gonna be the guy for us. As stupid as it is. See, Trey Aiken, yes. See, unlike Oakman, Aiken continues to step up. He's approaching an 80 overall. That was 78. And make that a 79 overall for Trey Aiken. So he is definitely the guy, one of the guys at defensive end. But I think if we can find a replacement for Oakman, we'd have to look at playing that guy. Daniel Newton. Oakman was a DT. True. He was better suited, though, elsewhere. Could always move him back, too. I mean, Hall and Good, I don't think either one of them is necessarily a lock either. As Daniel Newton hits a 78 overall. Well done, Danny. We got Connor Money, who breaks 80 overall. Way to go, Connor. Jesus. That was a huge jump in rating for Connor. God damn. 82 overall now for the 23-year-old. And we have some of our key players and featured players for this entire run already secured. As Clyde hits a 75, that'll give him an ability. What does it give him? Second win? Sure. There you go, Clyde. Of course, we still got a long way to go towards being competitive or anything like that, but some of these key pieces are in place. Connor Overton at punter. 74. Outright 74. Not bad. Anton Charles. We probably should have made him the starter. Actually, didn't I? I did make him the starter all year long. No breakout. I can't imagine this guy winning Rookie of the Year, but that would be incredible. Southern Utah, home of the Badgers. I actually don't know what Southern Utah's nickname is. Juan Kidd. 82 overall corner, Juan Kidd as a UDFA. What about Jamal Maynard? Top wideout. He is now an 82. Good stuff, Jamal. Good stuff. The pride of Akron. Nobody else. D'Angelo Carter, dude. I think most of our team probably has at least a point to put on here. So, but let's see. D'Angelo looking good. Looking good, looking good. Johnny Flanagan, our kicker, is now a 77. Very nice, Johnny. Johnny. LaRon Pierman, our second best wideout. He's now a 77. D'Angelo old. Aha. I mean, it is just funny that 24 years old, he actually turned out to be a decent player. Nate Day. Now is 75. Well done, Nate. Well done. Rashad Burks. Doing all right. Doing all right. How many more players do we have? Jesus Christ. A lot. That's the answer. A lot of players to still get an upgrade point.